All right, let's talk about something really important. How do we actually teach kids to be brave? We're going to break down how to cultivate not just bravery, but leadership in children. And spoiler alert, it has almost nothing to do with being fearless. It's all about building a set of skills, and we're going to walk through the expert research to give you a clear guide you can start using, well, today.
So, let's just kick things off with a huge question. We tend to think of bravery as this thing you're either born with or you're not. But what if that's totally wrong? What if bravery is actually a skill, just like learning an instrument or a sport? If that's true, it completely changes how we should be raising our kids. And this really gets to the heart of it. The common view, what most of us kind of think, is that bravery is being fearless, no fear at all. But what experts in child development have found is that true bravery is something else entirely. It's feeling the fear, seeing the challenge, knowing something is difficult, and doing it anyway. It's an action, not the absence of a feeling.
Okay, so what are we really talking about when we say bravery? It's not about one big heroic moment. It's actually a collection of small, everyday behaviors. It's about trying that new thing you're not sure you'll be good at. It's about speaking up when it's tough. And maybe most important of all, it's about sticking with something when it gets really, really hard.
So, to build that kind of bravery, you need a solid foundation, right? It's not just one thing. The research points to 5 core pillars. These are the essential building blocks that hold up this whole brave, leadership-focused mindset.
And here they are. You've got growth mindset, grit, resilience, emotional intelligence, and hope. Now, each of these is a skill on its own, but they all work together, they reinforce each other to create a kid who's ready to take on the world.
Let's start with what might be the most critical pillar of them all, the growth mindset. This comes from the work of researcher Carol Dweck. See, a kid with a fixed mindset believes their abilities are just set in stone, so they avoid challenges because what if they fail? It would mean they aren't smart. But a child with a growth mindset, they believe their abilities can grow with effort. So a challenge isn't a threat, it's an opportunity to learn and get better.
And the other pillars are just as vital. Grit, which Angela Duckworth talks about, is that passion and stamina for long-term goals. Resilience is all about bouncing back from setbacks, seeing failure as a lesson, not an ending. Emotional intelligence is key for navigating social fears and understanding your own feelings. And then there's hope, that fundamental belief that what you do matters and can make your future better. They all link together to create this really strong foundation.
Hey, if this roadmap is already starting to click for you, do me a quick favor and like this explainer. It's such a small thing, but it genuinely helps other people who are struggling with this find their own path to focus.
Anyone can start using right away to actively build these skills.
Strategy number 1, and this one is huge. It's all about the words we use. The way we praise kids has a massive, and I mean massive, impact on their mindset. It's not just that you praise them, it's how you do it that counts. Just look at the difference here. When we say, "You're so smart," we're praising a fixed trait. It sends the message that you either have it or you don't. But look at the other side. You really studied and your improvement shows it. See? That praises the process, the effort. One tells a kid talent is what matters. The other teaches them that hard work is how you get there. Now for our second strategy. And this one can feel a little weird, a little counterintuitive. Our instinct is to swoop in and protect our kids from failure. But when we do that, we accidentally send a message that failing is terrible and should be avoided at all costs.
Think about this story of a 9-year-old gymnast named Elizabeth. She went to her first competition, didn't win a single ribbon, and was absolutely crushed. Now, her dad didn't say, don't worry, you were robbed. Instead, he acknowledged she was sad, and then he said, if this is something you really want, you're going to have to work for it. He helped her see that setback not as a verdict, but as feedback. So she worked harder, and guess what? At the next meet, she won 5 ribbons.
A fantastic way to put this into practice is something called the hard thing rule. It's simple. 1. Everyone in the family, adults too, has to pick a hard thing that needs daily practice. 2. You're allowed to quit, but you can't quit on a bad day. You have to see it through to a natural stopping point, like the end of a season or recital. And 3, this is crucial, you get to pick your own hard thing. It's an amazing way to build grit and commitment.
And our final strategy? Honestly, this might be the most powerful one of all. Kids are always watching us, always. They learn so much more from what we do than from what we say. So if we want them to be brave and resilient, we have to model that behavior ourselves. It's absolutely non-negotiable.
As one expert put it so perfectly, gritty parents raise gritty children. Emotionally intelligent adults raise emotionally intelligent children. The key is being aware of what you're modeling. If you want your child to stick with things, they have to see you stick with things. If you want them to be emotionally aware, you have to show them what that looks like. It all starts with us.
Because that's what this is all about, building a system that lets you learn and achieve anything you want. Inspire it, learn it, elevate it. For more tools and resources to keep going, check us out at www.elevena.it.
Take and the way you see challenges.
So if there's one idea to walk away with, it's this. Bravery is a verb, not a noun. It's not something a child is, it's something a child does. And because it's a collection of skills, it means it can be taught, it can be practiced, and it can absolutely be developed over time. And that is an incredibly hopeful and empowering idea.
Which leaves us with a final question for you to take with you. Don't think about some massive transformation overnight. Just think about this week. What is one small, manageable challenge that you can help a child in your life face using some of these ideas we talked about today? Because that's where this whole journey really begins.
So if you're ready to move beyond just surface-level learning and dive into something deeper, make sure you subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Now go out there, get inspired, and elevate your world.